Start with the pledge and a prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we sit at these desks today, Lord, we ask that you just keep us good stewards of the business and keep us mindful of what we do for these things we pray and ask in Jesus Christ's name.
Amen.
Call this meeting to order at 6:31 p.m. Note there is a quorum present, all board members, and note that the agenda was posted in a timely manner. Other comments?
It's only me over here.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you signed up or not.
I'm signed up.
All right, review 2026-2027 budget and proposed 2026-2027 property tax rate.
All right, Mr. Tommy. You've all got the printed version of this in front of you. I'll swing this around so you can see it. It looks fairly similar to what it did back in July when we looked at it, but a few things have changed. If you notice on the revenue side up there, tax revenue is decreased a little bit. When we got our maximum compressed rate back, it was a little bit lower than what we had projected in July. As a result, our state revenue is going to be a little bit greater because our local tax collections are going to be down. And so the state revenue, I think, more than offset what we lost in taxes. The other big change to this spreadsheet is the payroll. You'll see it's under 70%, but only by a whisker. 69.99% down. That's a result of the fact that at the July meeting, I had to just really estimate what our total payroll was going to be by taking this year's payroll and really rolling it forward in my own spreadsheet. We now have it roll forward in a Sender in our software platform, and so that number is a lot more solid than the number I was using in July. I didn't miss it that much, but still, it did go down under 70%. We do still have, I didn't load up the percentages over here, but we do still have more than 50% of our budget is in instruction. And again, those are kind of the two items that intersect there that I think are pretty important to look at. Of course, what our payroll is, and I give you that report in June that shows our staffing ratios, and we're holding pretty good with those. And then the fact that we're spending money in the classroom, in instructional money. We do obviously have quite a few dollars spread down through here because it just takes that to run the plant. But the noted items down here are the same as they were. I've increased the estimated ADA from 407 to 415. I pulled a report today, TEA is estimating that number to be 423. But I wasn't quite out of my conservative mode enough to step it up from 415 to 423. If in fact it is 423, it'll just mean more state money for us down the road. And then some items over here, the retention bonus that we pay is over here at 80,000. That's what it's been for a while. I have money in there for a scoreboard at the baseball or softball field. I think whichever one we decide is in worse shape, at 35,000. The roof for the ticket booth at 5,000. And then we did add step 27 to our payroll at a cost of about 15,000. Any questions? Pretty much almost what it was, but not quite. Okay. Food service changed a little bit because where I overestimated the payroll of the general fund, I underestimated the food service payroll a little bit. But we still are looking at $281,000 in total revenue. The bulk of that being federal because of the free lunches that we have, less local, and we're gonna miss this local revenue number for this year by quite a bit, because I budgeted based on the year before last, we're rolling into this year, and the free lunches knocked this number down, but we're gonna go over on revenue. I got to quit touching the screen. For the federal for 25-26, but nevertheless, 281,000 in revenue, 280,000 and some change in expenses. The payroll is the big increase, I guess, there, and that's with 5 people in the food service department instead of 4. Last year at this time, we had the director and 3. This budget amount is for the director and 4. Also the supplies, which that includes the food, is up slightly. It's going to be up slightly when you see the end of the year results for this year. And again, I think that has to do with the fact that we're just serving more meals, and so we're buying more food. But the supplies are up. Nevertheless, projecting a positive budget of $561. That will hardly get you across the street, but it keeps you from being in the red. Any questions on that?
How do we compare on payroll to other schools like our size? On this.
I couldn't tell you on just the cafeteria. I know overall, we're probably only slightly ahead of some schools our size. Probably pretty much right there with most of them. I know I've compared numbers quite a bit with Mr. Wyndham since he's been down at LK for the last few months, and our numbers are pretty comparable overall. Now, I'm not food service, I'm not directing that. I can research that if you'd like for me to.
I'm just curious.
But numbers are pretty close overall with what they have down there. I know they've got a lot more people than we do, and that seems to be a problem that he's concerned about. But nevertheless, the payroll's running about the same. Anything else? Okay. Now, when I don't want it to move, it moves. When I do it. Okay. This is our interest in sinking fund, and I am recommending to you that we decrease the tax rate by 4 cents and some change, take it back down to what it was once the bond was passed. Last year, we were led astray a little bit by the amount of state funding for our facilities, that the numbers that we were being provided at the time were going to leave us with a shortfall if we did not increase our tax rate. And we did, and we've generated some funds this year, but now for next year, using the better number from the state, anticipated number, again, tax revenue down a little bit because of the 4 cent decrease, and also our even though our valuations have gone up, our exemptions have increased tremendously, and so we're not seeing a big gain off of increased evaluations. Still with that, projecting 451,000 in income, 431,000 in debt payments, less than 1,000 more, and that's just the fluctuation in some of our bond payments. They're pretty stagnant year to year, but still projecting a 20,000 positive balance in that item with a 4 cent tax decrease. Any questions with that? Okay, one more. This screen is just a summary of the tax rates. You also have at your place a copy of this is actual notice that will be sent to the paper tomorrow to be published, should you approve all of this here in just a few minutes. But in summary, last year our M&O rate was 74.81, and our interest in sinking was 3.048 for a total of 1.052.90. The proposed rate down here, the 7.011, that's our maximum compressed rate plus our bronze and copper and whatever other color pennies would qualify for. The new rate would be 7.011. The 4 cent, taking back that 4 cent increase, our INS rate would be 26.03. Total of 96.14. That's about a 8 or 9 cent drop from last year's total rate. Local revenue gonna drop a little bit from 2012 to 1936. Our state revenue is gonna increase nearly $1,000 a head with the new funding formula, taking into account our, the state so far, every year they hit us with the maximum compressed rate being lower. The state actually kicks in more money for small school allotments, different things like that. Let's continue to increase. Who knows what we're gonna get out of the session this coming year, but we'll get through this year first and worry about next year when it gets here. But they're gonna keep pushing the maximum compressed rate down. The pressure is to do away with ad valorem taxes. They're gonna keep pushing that down, but so far the state funding has offset any loss that we have. One other thing you might look at on the sheet, I didn't include in the slide, seems to always generate a little conversation. Down the bottom section, the comparison on an average residence, you'll see there's an increase of about $36 in tax on the average residence in the district. That is not caused by our rate. That's caused by the $7,000 difference in appraisals. You'll see the average appraisal was 170 last year and it's 177 this year. And so anybody that hits you, if they see this and they hit you with the idea that their taxes are going up $40, it's not on us. We're lowering rates. Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you.
Tommy, if you just leave that on just in case I need it later.
Okay.
You can, I'll
Okay.
I'll flip it if you don't mind.
Okay.
No action. No action. We got to set the date for. All right, next up, set the date for public meeting to discuss the 26.
RJ, you need to propose a tax rate.
Yes. Yeah, so they propose, all
And then
right.
we'll set it on the 25th.
So it's the 96,140?
Yeah, and actually you need to do it, propose the M&O rate of 7011
Okay.
and the INS rate of
That and then a total,
2603.
for a total rate of.
Total of, yeah. That's what we need a motion to that effect.
All right. So we have a motion on the proposed tax rate on the M&O of 0.70110, the INS of 0.26030, giving us a grand total of 0.96140.
Motion.
Motion by Rusty,
I'll second.
second by Terry. All in favor? It's unanimous.
Okay. Now set the date.
All right.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No,
No, you're fine.
That's what we were talking about to see if we needed to have to do that or not. All right, set a date for the public meeting to discuss the 26-27 budget and the proposed property tax rate.
Recommended we set that for August 25th at 6:30. Correct, Tommy?
August 25th at 6:30.
So,
That's our normal, well, it's a week later this time.
we need a-
What's our monthly meeting?
Yeah. We need a motion on that?
Yes.
All right. We have a motion to approve August 25th at 6:30 for the public meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Terry. Second by Gap. All in favor? All right. Consider possible approval of student transfers for 26-27.
I think the first document that you have with a big M on top of it is just our list of student transfers to date. That's come in. And so typically we've given that to you in September, but the cat's kind of out of the bag by that point, so we wanted to bring that to you in August before we started school. So those are the ones that have applied to this point and have been recommended, or is being recommended to the board for acceptance.
So I recognize a good number of these, good percentage. How many do you think is new transfers?
I have to query on that one. I'm saying we've got, we probably got between 6 and 10 new. Of course, spreadsheet, but I think we're around 33, 36, somewhere in there.
32.
32.
32 by this list.
So,
25 of them for one family.
yeah, no kidding.
Do we usually pick up some at the first list go?
We always pick some up, you know, as we move along.
I guess they've all went through the vetting process?
Yes, sir. They've submitted their paperwork, and it's all made its way around the horn.
Looks like just like normal suspects.
For the most part. There's some of I think there's a handful of our normals that haven't quite got it all in yet. So I expect a few more to come in.
Okay, 'cause kind of short list.
We got anything else on that? Nope. Do I have a motion to approve the student transfers for the 26-27 academic year?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Josh,
Second.
second by Tim. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, update on 2023 Model State Bond improvements, new cafetorium and band hall conversion projects, and update on new driveway loop project.
Okay, we made the tour in the fan hall. Y'all see it's coming along. We still have some areas that we got to work on. But we will start in there tomorrow with our staff. We'll have breakfast in there in our first set of training, and then we'll have lunch in there tomorrow. And then training as well after that. So we're starting to utilize that new cafeteria beginning tomorrow with our staff and trainings that we have going. Cafeteria staff will be trained Thursday, I believe, on different kitchen equipment back there, some pieces there. So we're excited about that piece right there. Looking forward to really being able to take care of our kids and provide a really good product for them. A little bit more spacious area. The elementary is moving along. Carpet was supposed to be dropped off today and for installation tomorrow in the offices. Casework's in, glass is in, with the exception of one piece that's got to be fixed for the receptionist to speak, receive papers through. Doors are on site. As of noon today, they weren't hung, and so we'd expect those to be in the next couple of days pieced out there. All the LVT is down in there, hallway.
Is it that?
Yeah, always down. And so, like I said, all we're missing is the carpet in the offices there.
Furniture coming?
Furniture is not delivered yet. I'm waiting on, really I'm waiting on.
Okay, that's just a phone call.
Yeah, I need to call Jen and say I need my furniture. But those should all be, as soon as we make a phone call. Talk with Keith as far as our drive loop. There's a map in your piece. You can kind of see where it's running now. If you need me to put it on the screen, I can do that too. But you can see where that concrete ties into the high school parking lot. We're expecting everything from there all the way back to the elementary and to Ash Street to be complete before school starts, both lanes. So they were tying rebar today. They poured yesterday, tying rebar today for the second lane. He's expecting to pour it on Friday. That'll give us the weekend Monday for a 3-day break. They'll test it and just can't put buses on it next week, but we should be able to put all residential cars and stuff on it by the time school starts.
Can't put buses on this back here.
On that back there, yes, sir. And so, but it's not part of the plan either, you know what I'm saying? I expect to get the south entrance down here on Hogg Street back tomorrow after 8 o'clock sometime or another, once they get their final compressions on that. He's held off on that one on purpose, just waiting for, making sure concrete trucks don't drive on it until we get a full cure rate on that. So that piece will tie back in. The plan is, and what Braden's working on as far as our parent videos for putting out, for how we'll come in. They'll come in just like they always have on that south entrance. It's one way. Come into the parking lot through the high school. If they're dropping off at the high school, of course, they'll drop off there where the pavilion was. If they're dropping off at junior high, they'll drop off in front of the gym like they've always done, and then tie back into that jettison coming out on the west side of the weight room and make the loop around by the elementary. If they've got elementary kids, they'll drop at the elementary. If they don't, they'll just take the second lane and move all the way out to Highway 8 or Ash Street, whichever way they choose to egress. After 8 o'clock, when our gates close in the back, that elementary will be two-way between 8 and 3 for parents that need to pull up, pick up a kid, or, late arrival to school, that piece there. But other than that, it'll be one-way during the regular entrance, start of the school day, and regular dismissal of the school day. Buses will still follow the same route they've always taken each and every time. So it does speed up our elementary departure. We'll be able to go and start loading car riders as soon as school's out, rather than have to wait for the buses. So I think that'll help us with our dismissal pieces as well. Demo process is still no changes there. We do have some initial numbers from Rogers to consider. We did a meeting yesterday. Felt like we cleaned up with the VE some more items on that. The goal is to bring the finished product to the 25th for a potential contract. And so, but I do really value the process that we've been able to run through, trying to make sure we take advantage of every opportunity that we can, but at the same time, maximize each and every dollar that we have for completing our projects. I have asked for some possibilities on the outside appearance of the manhole. There's some panels that need to be replaced, some painting that I think we need to dress it up. But that's just an option that'll come. It'll either line item it, or we'll see where we land. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of those pieces there. Other than that, we still have 40% of our retainage out on the new cafeteria over here. Waiting to finish those pieces up before we finalize the project there. So we still have a bunch less to be worked on. Other than that, I've said, it seems it's kind of to the wire, but in 7 days, we're going to deliver a bunch of kids to school. We're going to feed those kids. We're going to take care of them all day long. And we're going to get them back to the same place they came from. And we're having a good first day of school. And we'll do what we have to do as a staff to dress up, move around, and take care of our kids. So, but we're fixing to be able to take off again and start 26, 27 with some, I feel like some positive changes for us, but I'll move it there. One piece I forgot, I do believe striping on the parking lot is going to happen next Monday, right before that morning, before we do meet the teacher. So it'll be dry. So, and then they'll stripe over here the days after that.
As long as it is, it's gonna bake to the concrete.
It's
so
just gonna
touch it.
It's gonna cook.
We need to make sure that
So,
coaches are well aware of that.
I've told them once. And so I'll
Because we
share.
can't be driving through there
No,
while we're doing it.
no,
And, yeah,
overspray. Whatever else happens with it, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
so.
did you say you had this on that?
I can put it up there. Yes, sir.
I mean, if it ain't gonna take too long, I got a question. I mean, if it's gonna take all that, I can just ask you for that.
I just told them fat have a hard time getting up. I was trying to cheat this time, Tom. I'm gonna have to log out. I was trying to do it.
I said I could have just asked on just easier to point it out.
Now, be careful, if you get into my files there, you may expose all my secrets.
If it's how to make money, I need it downloaded to my account.
Well, we kinda have.
What are we gonna do this right here? Can I brag on Tommy for just a minute?
Sure.
You know, we've had some issues with this project going from start to finish and everything, but if there was ever a time to sit on something, it was this time, and not be in a hurry. Because of Tommy's practices, we've gained a substantial amount of money in this and interest, and so it's helping us to realize what we're trying to accomplish. It's far enough away I can't see it.
I ain't seen nothing even remotely to anything about it. Yep,
Service lube at the very top.
yep, right there.
There we go. Right there.
Oh,
That don't work.
You're kidding me.
ain't nothing like that.
Y'all playing with video games?
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
All right, Josh, we just gotta figure it out.
So what is, it looks like this is a fence with the circles, with the black. Why they got it going around the parking lot and all the way down, and is that like just a misdraw or?
Okay, so let me come over there, because again, I got glasses on, I can't see that though. So, this was there in their original, but we're only fencing
Yeah,
from
from the
here,
back of the-
from right here, yeah. Out
So
here.
that, will
back
that be the chain link? That's the
That's
chain link
chain
all the way,
link, yes,
and then they'll
and
tie
then-
into the gate
and
there?
then chain link back to here, there's a gate right here
Okay.
to get in the
Yep.
6
And
foot
then
gate.
it'll go around all the
And
way.
then it's
through.
gonna tie in just the other side of the temporary building, go straight and run out here and tie back into the gate right here. And then the fence is gonna come on the perimeter of this and tie back into the wood
okay,
fence.
that makes sense. That's what that.
Because originally, that was originally trying to do all this, and it was a fence to nowhere, it didn't close up.
Yeah, that's what I was
So-
wondering.
So that was us changing.
And then they didn't put the drive loop or the driveway in
Right
from
there.
Ash.
No, this is an old
Yeah,
drawing.
yeah,
so
that way
okay.
this is-
You can see where it's kind
This will
of,
be.
yeah, we talked about it, but it's just this
Okay.
old drawing.
I just wanna make sure we wasn't putting I wouldn't know why we would've, but.
Well, it was that shown that way originally, and it's one of those roads to nowhere. What are y'all looking at?
Don't
Wait,
worry
y'all
about
looking
it.
at the chicken scratch up there? Or what?
I was just asking.
Are you on Russ's thing? So we're tying in here, running.
There wasn't no legend to tell me what was what, so I was just asking.
Black squiggly, and then we're tying on here, right behind that portal.
That's some kind of
Run straight
walkway
out to the gate.
from the
And then it picks
elementary
up
over to the.
west side of
The fence that they're building like this out here.
Well, this will be chain link right here, so we're saving quite a bit of money with chain link.
We still
Back there.
got privacy.
Privacy hadn't changed.
Okay.
Yeah, we just built that, we didn't touch that piece.
I'll put baby signs on the corner right over there so it gets advertised.
There you go. Still a lot of things to tighten up between here and next Wednesday, but really next Monday, for me, the teacher. But,
How did you say we're gonna get this out to the public, to the parents?
got Braden working on some video pieces with that. He's got this too, to clean up. This is an older drawing, you know what I'm saying?
I think we ought to shoot a live video. Get all
It's
the
a-
people involved, Dr. Sanders, everybody's out
Plenty of
there.
people out there.
Well, actually, I got
You know, the videos that we used to watch with kids, those are very educational. I think we should shoot a live video.
They're gonna shoot a live one on bringing my kid to school. That's what they're supposed to be working on. So, if I got a high school kid, this is what I'm gonna do. For what my drop off and pick up may look like, so that's the
Drones
piece
be
we're-
flying or what?
I got a boy that can, he shoots hard, he can shoot a drone footage like you wouldn't believe.
Really? So, but anyway, that's what we're shooting to put out and kind of get that on our website for our parents so they can understand what's going on. Hopefully answer some questions there.
But still have plenty of staff available the first morning.
Oh, we'll have leftovers. Well, I say leftover. We'll have people like superintendent and principals out all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So teachers and teacher aides will be where the kids are. So that's pretty much it, Mr. President.
All right. Make any other questions? We'll start over on this project. All right, moving along. Consider possible approval of change order for remediation of drive loop. And you do have.
That's in there. That's followed the next page back. Should be in that same packet. I alluded to this our last board meeting. This is one that we had to make a decision on, and we just need to approve it for the price tag of it. And so, but it was the south entrance up against where it ties into the old existing Olive Street, probably about that 30-foot back. I mean, y'all probably remember watching that develop. And there was no foundation there whatsoever. They said they sunk a 6-foot probe with one hand, and then after they excavated down to, I think 42 inches or something like that, and they did it again and sunk it again. So they just bridge layered it, or bridge, what do you call that, east west, I don't know, but built it back up with that select fill and filled it in and moved off. But yeah,
Caleb said it was like.
But that's when they waited for it
Yeah.
to dry out.
it never will dry. He said it's never gonna dry, most likely. He said it's just rotten ground.
Yeah, he said
When they
it's-
dug it out, he said it smelled like rotten. It was just trash.
Oh, some of the sewer ran
You know how swampland smells when it's moved.
So they feel confident and they'll
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And,
So it doesn't hit forward, so.
Yeah.
well, you know, it's considerably more dense than the existing drive that we had.
Worst case scenario, we busted all that poor asphalt all the time.
Some water lines you busted 20 years ago, coaching
I wouldn't
Big
doubt
League
it.
football out
I
there.
wouldn't know. I did. I think I did go in that ditch a few times.
Anybody got any questions on that? All right, do we have a motion to approve the change order for remediation of the drive loop for the total amount of $30,311.20?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Levi,
Second.
second by Rusty. All in favor? Unanimous.
WRL looked at this piece, right?
Oh, yeah. It was signed off by WRA, OBR, everybody.
All right, consider possible approval of memorandum of understanding with the city of Maud first responders during the 2026 football season.
Talked with Shane, the only difference this year is last year we had 11 home games, counting varsity and sub-varsity. This year we have 12. And so they charge us $200 a night to be on site. Again, it's just ambulance service is hard to come by. And so our guys do a great job of taking care of us and being there for us. You know, if something happens, they're able to contact dispatch immediately and get things moving. And they're trained paramedics are there, so.
2,400 is a cheap donation to the fire department.
Exactly. Just my recommendation that we continue that MOU with the city.
A motion to approve is presented.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Terry,
I'll say.
second by Josh. All in favor?
I'm gonna abstain because I'm in the fire department.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
601.
There you go.
Huh?
601.
Yep, 601.
Yeah,
David Gibson abstained. Consider possible approval of updated contract for the Central Bowie County Special Education Shared Services Agreement.
Okay, board, this is the one that last year, remember we went in with Los Gallegos, serve as the intermediate between us and Redwater for the SSA. Throughout the year, we ran into a couple pieces where some financials that were just a little bit quirky, you know what I'm saying? And so there's no substantial change to the contract, but the contract itself does have more specifics on who's responsible for different scenarios. And so I hope this one pulls up, y'all.
That's not a good term when you're talking about money.
I know, and it's never,
The good thing is, if it's ours, we pay for it. If it ain't ours, we ain't paying for it.
pretty much, that's it. And so, you can see.
Am I right, Connie?
You can see how there's no changes to these pieces here. It's the same document from last year. The personnel of the co-op are Redwater employees because they're the fiscal agent. What the heck is going on? When we get down to
When's the teacher of these smart boards come in as well?
Hey, look, when I learned education, there was an overhead projector, and you slid that paper down.
Microfiche at work.
You only be able to just search a highlight word to be able to find what you're looking
Okay,
for. It's smart board.
just hit Control G and type it in, you're there.
Again, this right here just specifies it's based on enrollment. So if Redwater's got 60 kids and Maud's got 40, we pay for 40% of the cost of it.
We've already covered all of that.
Yes, sir. Let me just drag it in, Rusty. I don't know how to do what RJ's done. There we go. So you can see here, there is some red lines information now. So and basically each member district is responsible for all legal fees incurred. So if Maud does something and the SSA has to fork it out, then, Maud's responsible for that. And conversely, if Redwater does something, Redwater's responsible for it. Again, co-op fees, legal fees, that piece right there. They cleaned these typos up on the side pages. I think Terry caught that last time.
On the record, since we are being recorded, I think Redwater does an awesome
job taking it.
They do, you know, there's no way to say it other way. It's an expensive endeavor, you know, it really is. But from, you know, talking with Redwater personnel and also Mullet personnel, everyone feels like our kids get a better education in the situation that we're in. And so, and you know, one of our core tenets as a board is we want to give our kids the best education possible. Again, it costs us, but at the same time, I do believe they're getting an excellent education in that setting. So,
I know we had discussed it, but what does it cost us per kid for that?
well, me and Tommy, based on rough numbers from estimates, typed it in, about $28,000 and change per kid over there. And so, and we're funded at a higher rate too on kids that are in the SSI. You know, there's more.
At that rate that covers that.
Sir?
At that rate that covers that.
Typically, SPED takes care of SPED. It's kind of like Joe's budget. You know, Joe's budget takes care of Joe. SPED typically takes care of SPED. There's some albeit in there that we're probably going to run into in this next session. You want to expand on any of that?
Well, I don't know how much to expand, but they're changing some of the SPED funding, changing the way it calculates. And I think there's probably a good chance that we will not get quite as much as it's costing us.
Well, now that you mentioned that, didn't Redwater just recently have an increase on some of that? Did Redwater have an increase on some of that per kid not too long back?
Well, they wouldn't have had any increase they had, we would have had.
Okay.
As far as revenue goes. But you know, the state wants to make it look really good what they're doing, but then it doesn't quite total up. But you know, we're fortunate that we can educate our mainstream kids really at a discount to what we're getting in funding, which allows us then to have enough funding to cover whatever shortfall it might be. But it's not significant. The shortfall is not a significant amount. It is costing us now a good bit more than it was costing when we were in the SSA over at Liberty Ilo. But from all reports I get, our kids are in a lot better place.
The community is short.
Treated better, educated better, and you know, that's truly a special population of kids to have to deal with. But they, you know, funding that is not going to break us yet. Okay, do you want me to?
No, I think that's probably, if we knew more than that, we'd be at the boats right now, to be honest with you. Then down here, the pieces in this section, basically, if the ARD committee decides a placement besides what is available at the SSA is not required to provide. So if Redwater goes out and makes hey, I got to have a residential facility care, blah, 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 the SSA is not required to put that together, which would also limit MOD's exposure as well. So same thing, conversely, if MOD does something extreme or out of the ordinary, you know, it would protect Redwater from that as well. So, other than that, Mr. President, this right here just clarifies, we do have a student that requires a one-on-one. It's a special situation. We have to pay for that personnel. And if Redwater ends up in a situation like that, they'd be responsible for it. So it's just the nature of kids that we're educating. Sometimes they do require additional care, basically. So, and this one does require your signature, Mr. President.
All right. We got any questions? Concerns? Do I have a motion to approve the updated contract for the Central Bowie County Special Education Shared Services Agreement arrangement? Motion by Rusty. Second by Josh. All in favor? Unanimous. All right. Superintendent's report.
Kind of give you a big rundown on the construction piece that we do. Teachers come back tomorrow. We'll have pretty much gearing up for the year to really effectively starts tomorrow. So volleyball started back on Saturday last week. Football started back Monday. Football practice is going on at the football field right now. They'll switch over to the baseball field as they get into more of their sled work, stuff like that. We've moved the old ice machine out of the gymnasium to the football field to allow them to not have to carry ice so much. It's not 100% fixed yet, but it's real close. So that'll help with our, just keeping our kids hydrated, cold water, not having to worry about losing light going down there.
And the thingamajigger works.
The wet bulb?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Josh told me we got
I haven't
it.
seen it yet, but
He said we got it and it's working.
so, but that also applies to band. So, both of those have the same access to the wet bulb. So we're speaking the same language, and it also has lightning capacity as well on this one, so that when we get into football season or anything else, it'll be a consistent piece through there. I guess they don't trust the superintendent for watching the lightning control.
That's all we're winning or losing.
The sprinkler system on the practice field was supposed to start today, so I got to find out tomorrow where that is. And so, sir, there's no sod out there. It's all pushed off.
You forget sprinklers at this point.
And so, but installation for that, then reseeding, I expect that to turn around pretty fast with the group that's doing it. But, we got 2 months before they can touch that field with tennis shoes, much less cleats, you know what I'm saying? But it will help us in the future. That's really an investment in long term for our kids and taking care of them out there. If you've driven by it, it's a lot more level out there. It looks a lot better.
Sure does.
So, a whole lot better. Other than, let's see, we got the only other thing that we're missing right now on that end out there. I've got the coaches are redrawing my triple jump, long jump pit. That's one more change order. While I got professional concrete crews, I want to try to get that put in for our track. And so the elementary basketball court's going to go in Monday behind the elementary, and then we'll reset those basketball goals that we have out there. The playground set is going to go in September, but you can see on this side between the elementary and the road where the pad is for that playground set. So it actually is almost exactly where the old one was. So just a little better settings. It's rose. It's higher off the ground, so drainage will allow it to drain around it and not soak the elementary when they're in there. We got tacos in the morning board, 8 o'clock. So if you're available, swing by the cafeteria, get a breakfast taco. And Bod Call Bay is providing lunch tomorrow for the staff at 11:30.
Whatever you'll say.
I think it's 11:30 or Sophia.
We're gonna be here ready to go.
So
She told me 11 to 1. Somebody told me 11:30.
I just whatever they round me up is when I.
Just get you a taco and take off and go to work.
That's exactly what's going to happen in the morning. So other than that, that's we'll be extremely busy, but I promise you we'll be able to start school when it gets here and take care of our kids.
Next up, executive session. We'll go into executive session at 7:14 p.m. Discussion of personnel for possible action per Texas Government Code Section 551.074. Employment contracts, contract resignations, retirements, and reassignments. We'll return to regular session at 7:42 p.m. First up, see if we needed a motion to approve instructional leadership stipends as discussed in closed session. Do you have a motion? Motion by Rusty. Second by Tim. All in favor? All right, out of 15, 16, there were none.
No, sir. We're ready for adjournment.
All right, got a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that.
Motion by Josh.
Second.
Second by Tim. All in favor? And we're out of here.